sucks.
Ho, ho, ho. Hey, buddy.
Hello, Scott.
Coming in hot. It's Heel Turn Radio, baby. We're back. We just wanted to say right off the bat while we wait for folks to hop on, we're only live on Facebook and YouTube. We're participating in a day off Twitch to support fellow streamers that have been victims of all sorts of shitty bot and hate raids lately. Twitch just isn't doing enough, and we felt like we should be supporting other folks that are, enduring that. We don't have the kind of bandwidth, baby. We don't have people that care enough to hate, except for when we have an opinion about wrestling. So we're We're just tossing
all our hate
DMs.
DMs.
So tonight we have the wrecker Josh Price on. He's going to be talking about the debut of Destination Pro coming up here Saturday, September 18th up in Thief River Falls. And then catch us also in 2 weeks. Our next show, Riley Jackson is going to be on talking about NDS and their debut at Destination Pro.
I thought for sure you're going to say "Catch Me Outside."
No, I don't play around with Riley like that. He jumps off balconies, man. I don't have the patience to screw around with that. I'm not loco, essay. Anyway, should we bring on Josh?
No,
we should bring on Josh. Yeah, it's time, baby.
Hey,
there he is.
Hey.
I usually see Josh ripped into 4 pieces down in my basement with his signed 8x10.
You still have that picture, huh?
Oh, I cherish it.
You cherish it. Well, apparently my headphones took a dump on me.
Oh, no.
That was one of the best autographs things I've seen in a long time. It was so funny. It was so perfect.
Give me 1 second here, guys, to get the audio back.
Yeah, no worries. In the meantime, good.
Was that the first time we saw Josh live, or was that like the second?
I want to say
what company was that even?
That was for old Honey Badgers 7-Star Wrestling at the VFW in Fridley, I believe.
That was like a 4-hour show.
Yeah.
With a ring that I was literally trying to break.
Well, you could touch the ceiling if you stood up.
I remember Oren was like, "What the hell are you doing?" I'm like, "Rick Steiner, baby," and just start running around.
You carrying Oren around is one of my favorite memories from that show. I think it's at one point he was like piggyback. Baby, I think everybody got heat on that broom.
I think my favorite part about that entire show was Brina just crushing people from the back row. Like two deep, 3 deep in, and just between that and Stonehenge in his Rex Kwon Do pants as the ring announcer.
Announcing people like 3 times, like brief introduction as they're getting in the ring.
Make a return as that.
Dude, absolutely.
We said over and over again, yeah.
What is he doing September 18th? Oh, maybe we should find out. Thief River Falls.
We always have cancellations.
Yeah.
Henge, in your Rex Kwon Do pants.
Oh, yeah. We haven't actually announced him yet. Stonehenge will be at Destination Pro.
Ooh.
I love that.
I'm not going to say what he's doing yet, but he will be.
He might just be
baby ring announcing.
Yeah, maybe he's just hanging out. Who knows?
I might have him just come up here and drink with me. That could be fun.
I mean, I think that is as entertaining sometimes as anything else.
Pre-gaming in the car, brother.
Oh man. Well, hey, welcome back, dude. It's been a hot minute since we chatted. There aren't many people we can bring on that make this a hossier show. But I think you qualify, brother.
I know. I'm trying to fit all in one camera lane. It's like one thing that COVID did. Man, I put on some size.
Yeah.
I was gonna say you look massive now. Like you look thick with 4 C's.
Yeah, I'm about almost 3 bills now.
Damn, dude.
Really?
But the thing is, I don't look 3 bills. I was like,
No, you do
I
not.
just live 3.
I'd say like, honestly, I would have said about 250, 260.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah. I worked this one guy out in Wisconsin for Frontline Pro, and they're asking me my weight. I was like 291, 295 right now, in between there. And he was like, really? I'm like, what? Big bone, dog.
Yeah. That's how we make them, man.
Your arms are as big as your damn thighs. So, and
My thighs are not so
like
small.
a box. No. You literally are a box. Like, you're a box with a circle on top.
Don't put me in a box.
A cube.
Don't put me in a box.
You can't be contained. We thought
I am not a small person, but you are literally a thick man box. That
Well,
should be your
apparently
new
now next time I see you, I'm
wrestling
bringing a
thick
box to
man
put
box.
thick man box.
you in. I think we got a new T-shirt there, guys.
Box.
Yeah. Oh man. Well,
Spot Monkey, if you listen to this,
Yeah,
make me a
man
design
box.
for man box.
let's do it.
Punch you in your man
ring,
box.
thick man box.
That's your like Southpaw Pro name, Thick Man
Oh
Box.
god, yeah.
Man box.
Here comes Thick Man Box to the ring. Oh, he's gonna have to
Oh
let
my
it
God,
down
dude,
from
I can
him.
get like a big beefy fro out of my undertrunks.
God, yes.
I could come out to Dick in a Box from Lonely Island.
That would be amazing.
You could come out with that as like part of your gear.
Just like wear a robe,
Entrance
and there's
is
just
a
this
series
like
of boxes.
huge. Yeah. There's just like, you come out of a box, and then you're wearing a robe, and there's just this huge protrusion. Then you open the robe, and there's another box. Thick Man Box. And you could have like you got to get like the old like Steven Regal, Real Man's Man.
Yeah.
Thick Man Box.
So-
Such a thick
That's
man
great.
box. That'd be great. Oh man. Speaking of putting Josh in a box, you thought he was just a Hossy wrestler, but now he's a promoter, baby.
Promoter, booker, social media advocate, businessman, homeowner.
Businessman. Homeowner? Yes, congratulations.
Yeah. I am just
which
Swiss Army
of
knife.
these
man.
which of these new stocking caps that you're wearing is the most difficult to wear?
Which one right now? Dad
Yeah,
still?
which do you find like the most challenging?
Dad.
Dad.
Yeah.
Hey, Jaden. Give me 1 second. Come here. This little guy right here.
Hey, dude.
If only
I see
could
those
book
guys
my
on your-
kids.
Give him a couple years.
Trying to think.
Yeah, you got to keep Liger and the poster in the background. Got to get that sweet shot.
Yeah.
Right?
Ooh,
Did that
Liger
wasn't done on
is
purpose
something
at all.
special back there.
Ding. Oh man. So I mean, yeah. There isn't a whole lot unless you're going to Fargo. There isn't a whole lot in the Northwest that's within driving distance. Unless you're going up to Canada, you're rolling over to Duluth, or you're coming all the way down to the cities. Unless you want to go
The funny thing
to
is, like, Duluth isn't even close to here.
no, it's like
everyone's
5
like,
hours.
Oh, where are you going this weekend? 5.5 hours.
Yeah,
Where to?
yeah.
5.5 hours. No matter where. If you want quality anything, it's 5.5 hours.
Is there anybody?
That's kind of like where
would
the
you say
name
that's-
of the company comes from. Is like Destination Pro. I live in an area that is the black hole of wrestling. So I'm like, I'd like to make it a destination, not just for like wrestling fans, but for like people to come into the community and see. Like, yes, it is a lot of woods and it's a small town mentality still, but it's a good area. Like, there's stuff to do here.
Yeah.
For some reason, Bill Williams just thinks it's nothing but Hicks, but there is, but there's more. Like, there's me, and I'm not totally Hick.
No, you're running a
Like, I'm
you're running a
burgundy neck,
reputable
not
business.
redneck.
Yeah, robust. You're a Cabernet Sauvignon neck.
Sure.
I decided to open a bottle of wine and class it up because I figured Josh Price come out, got to be classy, and I immediately went to open the bottle, and my bottle opener popped the cork into the bottle, and I was like, off to a good start.
That's what should happen.
That's the classiest.
Yeah. Wrecked it.
Let's say my Jack Daniels is out of my garage right now. So.
Chilling.
Right?
Yeah.
That's what I take from as my post-workout drink.
Yeah. That and a little protein powder.
Yeah. It takes a little bit of getting used to, but it gets you through.
Yeah. So how did you decide that like enough was enough and it was time for Destination Pro?
So the story of Destination Pro is kind of like, man, it's a project that's been worked in like for years. It's been in the works. Like the design of the logo, you can ask Chris, Spot Monkey or Chris Huffman. I've been sitting on that for a year or two now. And it's certain things would come up and then something would fall apart. And I didn't want to announce it or launch it until shit was ready to go. Like, because you hear everyone saying like, oh, I'm going to start this or I'm going to do this or can't wait till you hear this. And nothing ever comes from it. Well, I wanted to make sure something was coming. So I've been busting my ass. I don't want to, I'm very self-reliant on things. I don't like having to rely on other people. So I bought my own ring. We have a ring up here permanently now. Nice. And I'm teaching myself other things about the business, talking with people. And I'm like, after a talk with Matt Justice, and I drinking with him, we were talking like him and AJ Gray really, for some reason, took a liking to me. And put me over on Twitter out of nowhere. And I'm like, I was very appreciated. Loved it that they did that.
Yeah.
But as much as they put me over, I can't take advantage of it because I'm literally in the middle of nowhere. And it's hard for even like Minneapolis, St. Paul promoters to want to bring me in because it's a trek right there. So I'm like, I was talking with Justice and we were drinking way too many Chuck Norris shots. And he's like, well, man.
Let's come back to what a Chuck Norris shot is.
Don't make me explain it. It's delicious, though.
Okay.
It's amazing. I don't know. Sugar in a cup that you forget is really alcohol. That makes you end up throwing up by 3 a.m. Hold on. It's UV vodka and liquid ice. So...
to be
kids, try it. You'll have a good time. But yeah, he's like, man, it's hard for you to get out there places. Why don't you get your thing going up here? And I was like, you know what, fuck it. Should get out the pot. Let's get everything going. Once I got a building locked in for this curling club is for this first show. I was like, once that was cemented in, I started hitting people up and cars started coming together. Like, the car that's happening is the fourth iteration of a car. It's changed multiple times. I have a feeling it'll probably change to day of.
Oh, yeah.
Who knows? AWF might book another show.
What?
Yeah, that never happened.
No.
But yeah, so that's kind of how it got started, and like wanting to. This is kind of like my love letter to the town, but using wrestling. I'm like, I want to show you guys what real wrestling should look like. Like, because the things that have come up here, wrestling wise, is pure shit. Like it. Have you guys heard of Puffamania?
Yeah. Yes.
Similar to that is usually what would come around this area.
Yeah.
So I'm like, that's why I'm like, I won't. Everyone I kept asking me, like, when are you going to wrestle in Thief or Thief River? When are you going to wrestle around here? I'm like, I won't wrestle on anything unless it's up to my standard in the area because I don't want to be like, I don't mind doing a crappy bar show if it's hours away and no one hears about it. Like, it hurts nobody. But to me, I'm like, when people see my name on the poster, specifically here, I want them to know it's quality.
Yeah.
So who's better to bring the quality than me?
Seems fair.
I know I'm kind of all over the place on this right now. I'm very scatterbrained right now, guys.
Dude, I think just being able to pull all this together is a pretty big feat. And I know.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Yeah, it really is. Do you think, Josh, that the fact that you have been a consistent presence on the road at so many places, like you said, it's 5.5 hours basically to go anywhere, that because of your consistency, your body of work, relationships you've built, that this is a perfect time for you to start your own promotion because you have all that capital you've built up between all those people. I mean, you have an excellent network.
Mm-hmm. Let me try and reconnect these headphones. I heard like half of what you said. These headphones.
I'm having weird connection issues too, so it's not just you.
Yeah, there's a little lag, I think, coming to Ben.
I'm literally sitting on my router, Brayden.
I've just got lag. I've had lag all week. I don't know what's going on.
So, while we're waiting on the audio, one of the other things we want to make sure that we're pushing, Destination Pro has a great YouTube channel. They're making a lot of announcements for the matches. They've already announced 3 matches so far. We got that sweet, sweet exclusive Stonehenge scoop. But for the rest of you who are looking into checking out Destination Pro Wrestling, there he is. Bloop, and we're back.
All right, now I can hear you.
All right. Yeah. You check out Destination Pro, search it on YouTube. Yeah, we're
really
just talking about
that YouTube. I might be able to monetize that sucker one day.
One day.
Apparently, it's not today.
No.
Let's see.
King, what were you asking? I'm sorry.
So, Josh.
Yeah, King, get back to your question.
So, because you've been such a road warrior, so to speak, you've been all over the place. You know, it's a 5.5 hour drive almost everywhere you're going. So you've built these really solid relationships, not just because you're willing to do the drive, but because you're good at what you do. Do you think that's helped you build that capital in order to, start Destination Pro and start it off at a high level rather than trying to build something at a lower level and being forced to not get the talent you want to start off with?
So I think through my years of in the business, putting in the miles and stuff, people have always known of me as a wrestler, and I think it has helped because when I started this up, I set my bar really low. I'm like, man, anything that's come here has been crap. I'm gonna have to dig us out of a hole. I literally there is no one else in this part in Minnesota that runs shows. So I'm literally making this area. There's people in North Dakota that run good shows, but that's not here. And these are farm people. They like to travel, but not that kind of travel. They want to go hunting. They want to go fishing. So I know it's what I'm bringing here, and the guys know that. Yeah, I think it's helped people. Okay, this is going to be different. I think the social media aspect has helped out a lot. I am blown away by the momentum we're getting already, and before we even start really announcing things. And there are still some people in the area that are very skeptical and don't know what this is going to be like. I get it. What they've seen is crap, and I'm doing it in a curling club, and the curling club in Thief River is not like high end building; it's a big ass building. So let's fill it up. Safety protocols and all. But I'm like, I think, to me, I feel like the town it's in need for entertainment. It's in need for something to do. And I was like, wrestling is the perfect thing to do. It is literally, this town has been always separated. Like, it's either something for kids to do and the parents are bored, or it's something purely drinking in a parking lot and it's only for adults. Wrestling is, you can have your drinks there while your kids are yelling at what's going on in the ring. Even when I was putting up posters, I was telling people, I'm like, you don't have to be a wrestling fan to come to this. Like, you just come, have some drinks, and yell whatever you want to yell, within reason. So I'm like, yeah, I think people know that I've traveled so much, so they know I wouldn't bring something here and attach my name so much to this. It wasn't going to be worth it.
Oh, we need to watch this.
It's also like some of the.
No, go ahead.
I think with some of the boys too, like they're excited. Like some of the boys have really. I will put Riley Jackson and Levy Cruz over NDS so much. Those guys have been super helpful. Anything I've asked of them, they've done it. Like, those guys are awesome. Cold Stone Tim Boston has very much helped me out on some things. My graphics people kick ass. Like, that's one thing that really helped us look legit, is that obviously sometimes my English and grammar are not the best to be the spelling corrections I've been given. Well, fuck y'all. I'm doing the shit on my own. Give me a break. I also work a 40-hour job a week. So, like, those 7:30 in the morning ones, I've already been working 2 hours. And I'm, like, trying not to get an old man to yell at me, like, hurry up at this point.
I would assume, too, it's hard just for the mere fact of, like, it's just exciting. Like, it is
exciting. It's exciting. It's nervousness. I hope this gets over. Like, you'd be surprised. Like, some things I thought, like, oh, this will get a good buzz or a good likes thing, and it doesn't do that well. But then other things will just kick ass.
Yeah.
Like, there's a couple sponsors in town. I'm like, they did not get that much love. But
really,
Ox was awesome. Like, this town loves gimmicks.
Yeah.
Already, and this kind of helps me know what they're gonna like. Skits, the picture we put up for him, got really good. People were interested.
Yeah, I mean, maybe we could talk about that a little bit, because in addition to the three matches that have already been announced, there's been a ton of people that have been announced, like appearing. Craven Knight, Gavin McCoy, Bobby and Jack, Ryan Cruz, Skits, Jay Fowler, Sato Kabara, Ox, JC Slater, Cold Stone Tim Boston, Cal Creed. I mean, it's a really good mix from a lot of different places.
Cal Creed was announced, but he cannot be here now.
Oh, Cal. Cal. He's scared of you, baby. You gotta...
Maybe he's ducking me.
I mean, I haven't seen him challenge for that higher ground championship yet, have I? See? Maybe he's ducking you, dude. Maybe he's ducking you.
After he sees what I do to Kyle Pro on Friday, he's definitely going to be ducking me.
Oh, what do you mean?
Program canceled, baby.
I've loved, like, him and Stonehenge together. We're not
such
big
a weird
AWS
combination,
people.
But works.
I know. It does. It totally does. It's a little insane, but hey, you know.
Yeah, this card that we've got right now, what you guys don't know yet, I honestly will stack what I've got booked with anything going on, like wrestling shows wise. This you will come, you're literally going to get a little bit of everything. I have old school matches, like straight up old school style. Sammy Savard, he knows it better than almost anyone around. We've got young flippy guys. Obviously, I'm not one of them, but we've got that. We've got the crazy characters. I consider myself one of the better heavyweights in the area, if not the country. As like, we got people that look like wrestlers, or present them like wrestlers. This is gonna kick ass. Like people, I was like, I hope Thief River gets it's kind of a cool thing to know. This, so Marvel has that Nexus moment thing going on right now, right?
Yeah.
This is kind of a Nexus moment for me because it's kind of me switching from one end to another. Like I'm still very active. The rest of my calendar for the year is cold. So I'm keeping my personal stuff, but getting this going, it's gonna be kind of cool. And like I hope people in Thief River realize like it is a destination, but this is literally just the start of the journey. Like there's more plans. There's already other things in the works that if you come on September 18th, you'll find out. So like I want Thief River to hopefully they come and embrace this because this is for them and this is theirs. So my sponsors, I wanted local stuff at first. I'm like, I want to make this feel like you guys are a part of something. And through working with the community, I will expand the community by bringing wrestling fans to come. Like once we catch that buzz, wrestling fans will travel. And if we put on a good enough card or something that they want to see, they'll come. They'll come to the bar afterwards. They'll come get a hotel. They'll come have a food. Like there's stuff to do.
Yeah, especially if they're coming in as a destination. It's like when people go up to Duluth for
He said it.
Shows.
He said it.
Wink.
Great naming, right?
Yeah, you got it.
It is.
But I think about like when people go up to Duluth for the Heavy On shows, especially like the casino shows, or come down for like a WrestlePalooza or something like that. Or even what Time Bomb's doing in Fargo. People go up and they stay overnight because they're making the trek, and that brings money to the local economy too. Which I think you hit the nail on the head with that. That there's great opportunity for this to be good for the community beyond just a kind of a great event, but there's actual kind of outcomes for this that go beyond that night, which is great.
So this area, like for kids, doesn't have, or like teenagers, or legit, I've said it a bunch of times, has nothing to do. So you want to know what people do? Drugs. They get in trouble. Man, it's one thing I will always I will forever love professional wrestling for is it kept my name out of the paper when it could have very much well been in the paper. Because I will still to this day read like, oh, I used to hang out with that guy. Ugh.
Yeah.
And I was like, now, if there's something to do, kids will come.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. Or if they hear about it and think it's cool, at least want to check it out, give them something to do. Not going out and having to make meth.
Yeah.
I will say too, Josh, this has been like, out of everyone we've talked to who's a booker or a promoter, this has been the most altruistic pitch I think we've ever heard. It's the most.
Oh man, this is
community. It's the most community driven. It's a very noble way to handle it. It's pretty cool.
It's a love letter to the community through the art of pro wrestling. It's that simple. Hey, Thief River, step up and show that you can be awesome. Because I
need to put that on a poster or a T-shirt. Really that's really, really well put.
Yeah, there's part of me that like, hey, yes, it's wrestling in a way of like, there's part of me where, okay, I know wrestling, I feel. And there's the promoter part, but I'm like, there's so many layers below this. I am enrolled in Red Lake Native Reservation. I was like, I want to do something up there to help them out, and not even like do a show, but I'll do a show, but a free show for them. Like, using wrestling, man, like wrestling brings people together. How many times do you disagree politically or any side of views, but you come together for wrestling? That's why I'm like, man, last year made sports. Like, I'm not necessarily a sports guy, but made you realize how much sports does affect your view on people, because you're like, oh, hey, that guy may be an asshole, but hey, he likes this team. He can't be all that. Well, now you don't got that team, and now he's just an asshole.
Yeah,
he's our asshole.
This is like the primary example. CM Punk, he's an asshole, but he's our asshole, you know?
Right.
Oh, man.
So, I know I'm kind of all over the place on this, because I was like, man, this is years of work I've put into this to make sure what I bring here is going to kick ass.
Yeah.
I, without a doubt, am excited. I'm excited. I'm nervous. It's gonna be cool, but I'm like,
yeah,
it could also blow up in my face, and I'm just sitting with a ring in my backyard, bitching about the old days.
Well,
honestly, I can't see with your passion it not going well.
Yeah, but I could also be old man yelling at clouds.
Well, I mean, Josh, let's be honest. Are you not already old man yelling at clouds a little bit?
Well, I'm living in a basement now, so it's more yelling upwards at my kids get off something.
Yeah, so like 50-50.
It's a cool-looking basement, guys. Boy,
yeah.
Here it is.
It is. It's really nice.
It's pretty cool.
It's beautiful. Plus, there's so much wrestling memorabilia that happens to be set right behind you for no reason in particular.
Dude, yeah. It's not hiding my wife's weird martini glass. Yeah, she took the main walk-in room as her office. I'm like, downstairs is mine. So, my office and wrestling and Batman and Deadpool stuff is down here.
That's awesome.
As I was saying, though, I think never underestimate your passion and the way you present your passion, because it's infectious. And I've seen you be kind of excited about stuff before, and you're pretty. I always feel like you're a pretty easy guy to chat with. I haven't seen you like light up like this before, so I'm excited for you. I really do think you've got something big on your hands, and it's because it's so. The way you're stating it and your mission statement, it's really, really, really great.
So I have a habit of being very. I know at shows like I'm kind of friendly, like I like to talk to people, but when I'm at home, I don't talk to people. I keep to myself. I suffer from social anxiety. I get bad attacks and stuff. Thank you, CPD guns, for helping out. But. So I keep to myself. So when I get around like-minded people and I get to talk about passions of mine, man, I ramble on. Like sometimes you kind of need to tell me shut the fuck up, and I'm okay with it because I understand. Because I also end up putting my foot in my mouth sometimes. Like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have said that. But it's because like you're so isolated and it builds up, and I guess this is where people journal, but. You've already seen my handwriting. It's even worse than the pen. Imagine me without autocorrect.
I think that the way though that you can talk with an impassioned manner about what you enjoy, and especially about what you're doing now, that to me makes. I mean, if there was no pandemic, that would make me want to go to that show.
I appreciate it, man. Like it
would make me want to get in the car and go.
I appreciate that. Hopefully, I've already heard people from Fargo are coming. I'm hearing some from Brantford. Like so, there's people. Bemidji, I'm hearing. Red Lake is coming.
Nice
family food. And I was like, how many things go on in this area that you hear people are traveling to this area for? Hey, businesses, you like, I'm pretty cheap right now, but it won't be that cheap once this gets going.
I like money. Do you like money?
Yeah.
We should make money.
I like, what is the word? Synergy.
There you go.
The business record, Josh Price, coming with that synergy. Thick man box delivering that synergy all night
ALC
long.
graduate, baby. And they said I'd do nothing with life. I'm a homeowner. I own a business now.
Yeah, man.
I have
You
two
were a
pains in my
respectable
butt.
pillar of the community, Josh.
Man, I'm pretty sure this community is going to pitchfork me out of here one of these days. But that'll hopefully be down the line.
Oh, man. All right, so tell me a little bit about the rationale. I'm super interested. The 3 matches that you've announced so far. We will always love the fact that the first match announced was a tag team match because we are tag team people. I haven't had the opportunity. I don't think Ben or I have had the opportunity to see the Wayward Warriors yet, but we're familiar, obviously, with Riley and Levy. What's the kind of like thinking as you're rolling this out for the first couple matches? I know that you're thinking about kind of hooking people in the tag team match. I think very kind of interesting, different styles, aesthetics. The singles kind of wrestling match, Sammy Savard versus the Natural Nick Nelson. I don't know if he's still the Natural. He looks a little unnatural, but that's just me. And then
Change it.
yeah. He'll have his own nickname specifically for Destination Pro.
It'll change during his entrance. Like while he's oh my god, Stonehenge, you are going to be Nick Nelson's personal ring announcer.
Oh my god, that'd be amazing.
I'm kidding. Don't message me about that.
And then announcing, the women's match, third, Kaylina Keene versus Izzy B. I mean, it's like you said, a little something for everybody already. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just curious as kind of thinking through that process, like where were you at, or kind of what seemed to pop from those matches that made you want to kind of put them out there?
So the tag team match, I wanted for us to announce that due to how much NDS has done, and like they've knocked it out of the park with everything I've asked them. Their promo was super catchy. Like my kids still running around saying "party, party." But I'm like, all right, let's party. Like, it was good. So I'm like, I liked it. And then the Wayward guys, it was interesting. I was like, I don't think they know how to work a camera to go up and down yet, but it looked cool.
Yeah.
I was like, so it's a good presentation, like to kick it off. Yeah. Sammy Savard, because I didn't have any promos from either one of them. Sammy was on my fault because I was supposed to meet up. I'm busy. Nick is because Nick's Nick. But I was like, that's a good match.
Yeah.
It's like it's a good match to get people talking. And then the women's match it looks cool. Like they both have what would you say, curbside appeal.
Yeah.
Like that people will stop. Like the Izzy B promo picture we used today got people talking. They're like, her makeup was awesome. And when we add that 3D filter from Facebook, it makes it look way cool.
Yeah.
So it all has built up, and then next week we add more matches to announce. And now it's almost where I'm sitting on content where I'm like, do I put this out? I don't want to do too much, but I want to make sure everything's out.
Yeah. And where are Wayward Warriors? Are they? I know that they're Midwest. Are they based out of Illinois, or are they based out of? Where are they?
You know that town that Toxic Avenger's from?
Yeah, that one.
There.
It's right next door to Parts Unknown.
Dudleyville, I think, closer to.
Oh, Dudleyville. Yeah.
They like tables. Trauma. Yeah, what was it? Trauma High. Yeah, Troma High.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're graduates from there.
Doesn't all that stuff, is there Illinois or Indiana?
Oh, what? Kabuki Man. They love Kabuki Man. Oh man, now I'm gonna start going down to Tromaville.
Yeah, that's
Thanks, guys.
Deep.
You got it, buddy.
Gosh, I
do it. We do it. We do what we can.
But they are the guys are Black and Brave graduates.
Okay.
Or trainees. I don't know if they're graduated quite yet.
Yeah.
But they're part of that system.
Nice.
I heard about them, so they're Iowa people.
Yeah. That's great. I mean, that basically means you got like Black and Brave folks, you got like North Dakota folks, you've got
everywhere I travel, I have
Nebraska folks, you got Twin Cities folks, yeah, you got North Woods folks.
Yeah, once the Canadian borders open up, we'll have some Canadian folks down. There was supposed to be a couple on this one, but things being the way they are, yeah. Hopefully down the line we'll get them down or get them over the border. Even if we have to sneak. If I live close enough, it's not that hard to sneak.
Yeah, fingers crossed, man. It's been.
So you know what's funny is like everyone thinks where I live is so close to North Dakota. I'm like, you guys realize I'm actually like way closer to Winnipeg, like Canada. Right?
Oh yeah,
like, really? I'm like, yeah, I'm that far.
Yeah, it's a shorter drive for you to Winnipeg than it is to Duluth, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is 90 miles to Winnipeg. It is 4 hours to Duluth.
Yeah. Oh man. And they some of the folks. Yeah, go ahead.
Winnipeg's turned out to be kind of a little hotbed as well. I mean, it
is like there's some great talent out there, but the board, like, I would love to go to work in Canada. But when I was 22, I thought drinking and driving was cool. It's not. A few grand later, definitely.
Turns out, yeah.
All because of a busted taillight too. Don't you ever hate that? You guys ever been pulled over? You're like, this is the time you get me? All right, I'll take this one. Could have been way worse many times.
Yeah.
But it's bad. Kids, don't do it.
Amen. Sit in your basement and do it.
And you get one of those little 4-wheeler or those 4x4s the kids drive in. Hours of fun.
Power wheels?
Oh,
dude,
I'm gonna
all I want. Thick man box has to ride down to the ring in Power Wheels.
Power Wheels covered in a box.
Oh, so good. Power Wheels.
You guys remember like James Storm came out on the little beer cooler? Here we go. He's going to give me a box. I got some friends that know how to do small engine stuff.
There you go. Thief River's own Josh Price.
Luxury man box. Or a Segway in a fridge box.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, we might be onto something. I was talking with a girl on Twitter today, and I was talking about my shoot gig where they had me bend steel because if you hit it with a hammer, you screw up the chassis. They're like, "Hey, get over here." All right, click, and I put it back in place. It's like, "Well, can you open up a jar of pickles for me?" I'm like, $5 at the gimmick table. You bring $5, 2 jars. I get to keep 1 pickle. So, guys, boxes. I'm gonna start opening jars. What would it be? Domestic dad, Josh.
Oh man,
handyman. Yeah. The handyman Haas. There we go.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
The handyman Haas thick man box. Mm-hmm. That's a shirt we need.
Keep my tools.
That's got legs.
In his man box. I'm gonna make a shirt of that ASAP. Thick man box.
TM.
Yeah.
That's like when the scene Sebastian Taylor was trying to figure out his gimmick, and we were doing Dive Club. We used to do like a gimmick every podcast where we would just all pitch him on different gimmicks to do before he had decided on one. And the most amazing one that I stand by would be a moneymaker is the refreshing thirst and quencher. That's like he's more worried about hydrating his opponent than beating his opponent. and it's like half Bobby Boucher from The Waterboy, and half just like Josh Price altruistically talking about Thief River Falls. Like he just cares so much about water and about people being hydrated and healthy. You know, he'd be like, "Whoa, come on, let's just take a minute here. Let me get you some water. Let me just get you some water real quick." Perfect. Wow.
Oh. Dude, his gear could be like what's that 90s Aqua movie? Like tank.
The Hey Culligan Man?
Not Culligan. No, it's got the guy from Dances with Wolves, but he's got gills in the back.
Oh, Waterworld.
Oh,
Kevin Costner.
That could be something like his gear or something like that because he like
One of my favorite universally panned movies of all time. So good. So good. So ridiculous. Oh man. So wanted to tap your brain and ask what has been like inspiring you kind of out in the world of wrestling now. I mean, you are a champion carrying wrestler. So you're staying on top of your game. Are there people out there you've been watching?
I'm a top contender in Frontline for their secondary title right now.
Yeah.
So,
although to be honest with you, I'd really like you just kick the shit out of Coda Jacobs. I mean, he just
if he doesn't learn how to shoot his promos better, I might just have to on it.
For a second, I thought you were going to
smarter
go.
word.
Who?
I drove Coda through an eye of a storm one time, and pretty sure I've seen him piss his khakis.
I will say Coda has created a character that I want to see people kick the crap out of, which means he's doing a good job.
Kid gets it. I get along with Coda. He's a good dude.
Yeah.
Personally. Professionally, pain in my ass. There's something he does at the merch tables. I was like, motherfucker, why didn't I think of that? It's brilliant. I ain't gonna say what it is, but I'm pissed.
I mean, you're also, it's the first today, the third, you're defending the higher ground title. I mean, how's that been? You kind of showed up kind of right before the pandemic and kind of, shat in their cereal and then came back afterwards and took the title. So.
Well, I'm undefeated in that building.
The Piss Palace.
Hey, it's an interesting bathroom, but I like that bathroom.
Hey, that bathroom breeds champions.
It does. Especially
as well as many
bladder of a little girl.
Infections, yeah.
Well, I'm not saying, hey, go lick the toilet seat. Like, hey, lift up when you sit down, guys. You don't know what's there.
No.
But
it's a croucher. It's a croucher.
Yeah, it's a hover. Like those quads, maybe. But yeah, Higher Ground's been a lot of fun. A lot of fun to beat up some. It's a very youthful locker room. A lot of younger guys on the cards. So I like to throw my weight around sometimes. As of right now, I hit Jossie so hard he bounced all the way to the East Coast. So actually, he's bouncing all over the place. Good on that. Hit Bill Williams so hard my name can't keep out of his mouth. And then we all heard about Sebastian Taylor.
Put him on the shelf, dude.
Poor boy's got a boo-boo.
It does indeed. That's a stacked card too, man. I mean, in addition to you and Kyle Pro mixing it up at the top of the card, a couple people that we'll see up at Destination Pro on the card. Kayleen Akeen taking on Free Range Kara, which should be awesome.
It will be. Yeah, it should be a good one. I know Kara is a recent addition to Destination Pro.
Oh.
So you'll have to come on September 18th to see what she does.
More spoilers. No, exclusives.
Yeah, she's a recent one, so we'll be seeing something.
That's awesome, man.
We definitely got some cool stuff going on. Yeah, I mean, Kyle Pro is a kid I've known him since basically he started in the business. Yeah, I didn't. There was one time he was setting up the ring, and I thought he was somebody else. And I came up and bear hugged him and dry hugged him. I was like, oh, my bad. I didn't know it was you.
Oh.
So now we have like an awkward, like we kind of have to dry hump each other every time we see each other. It's just a weird thing.
Yeah.
But once he got it, like he didn't get weirded out by it. I was like, I fucks with this. He's decent. So I'm like, I've always kind of wanted to work like a singles match with Kyle. I think we worked once. The one time I worked for First Wrestling, I believe I worked Kyle.
Yeah.
But now he's on a different level. Like for what I've seen, like, he's stepped up. Too bad he got with
the program, dude. He got with the program.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna have to go Jim Carrey and the Cable Guy.
Well, as far as I know, Stonehenge will not be accompanying Kyle Pro at Higher Ground.
Do you think Stonehenge allowed in St. Paul even?
I think he broke a tiki relic at some point and has not been welcomed back to 287 Maria Avenue.
Sounds about right.
Oops.
Yeah, he doesn't have his backup. I'm in the so that crowd seems to like to chant "No one likes you" to me, which is fine. Yeah. I see who they cheer. Fuck them. I know.
I think that's the right attitude. Yeah.
Just to prove my point, just watch what I do to Kyle on Friday.
That's fair. You should cut that beard off.
It's that whole.
Yeah, he's stepping on my beard.
It's that whole Kevin Steen thing. Keep chanting, keep clapping, and then just slapping the shit out of them. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to talk with the booker and see what the quickest title match in Higher Ground has ever been.
Well, Higher Ground's only been around for 3 shows, so it's been every one of yours.
You know what I mean. You know what I mean. That building.
We don't acknowledge that. Oh, dude, there's been some cursed shows at that building too. We don't want to talk. We can talk about the previous incarnation of Higher Ground, but let's not talk about in that building because there's some shows there that I.
Obviously, nothing I've ever been on.
Clark Feldman's first in-ring appearance was as a ring announcer in the Piss Palace. I don't know if you knew that. Fun fact. He had a pony. He had like a man bun ponytail type of thing, and they just they ridiculed him the entire time. Like one of the nicest people out there. Man bun, like the entire night. It was like he had more heat than anyone else on the card.
Clark scooping heat still does it to this day.
Yeah.
I love how Beard. I love how you put that on other people when you started a tan your butthole chant.
Dude.
Okay, Michael Earl Pam.
It was a bleach your asshole chant. Thank you very much.
My bad.
Hey,
there's families there, guys.
It was for 102.5 to Shane. You know, come on, Shane Black.
That's another kid that this year has been like Shane's been stepping up.
Yeah, Shane, Damon Spragle. Yes. Yeah. I would take both of those guys on any card.
Only if Shane could learn how to eat and gain weight.
I also started an eat a sandwich chant for Shane back in the day.
He needs those mass gainers, like that powder, just funneled into him. Like, oh, I'll lose my abs. Technically, you got those skinny man abs where it's just like, they're there just because you have nothing else there. Get big man abs, bro.
Those are riblets.
I got that power broiler. Like you can see there's something there in the right lights, but if there's bad light, I look like Scott Norton on the end of the career.
not Japan, Scott Norton.
Scott Norton is ducking my challenge for pancake eating contest.
Whoa.
Oh.
I've been trying to call him out on Twitter, but he don't say nothing to me. He knows. So
If that's not on the second Destination Pro card, I don't know what you're doing with your life. You need to have a pre-show, or no, make it a post-show. A post-show pancake eating contest, and it's you, Scott Norton, and any
do I
other
look like one of
challenger.
the fucking Academy kids?
I
No.
didn't say it had to be at Perkins, dude.
If me and Norton get into a pancake eating contest, it's man pancake eating contest.
Okay.
In ring, people got pay tickets, and I'll probably need like an appendix removal afterwards.
Yeah, that's good. We'll just get you like a 40 of maple syrup. The good stuff, the real stuff from Canada.
Oh, we gotta do the Super Trooper.
Yeah.
Zippo.
Chug.
It's those big brown lips.
Who can do a tall stack and a jug of syrup first? That's the challenge. That's the throwdown, man.
Just
I don't
say,
know,
Norton, where you at, dog?
We're coming for you, Scott.
He was supposed to be on this show.
Flash your ass on up to the north.
Remember when
Yeah,
he was
I've been
gonna
like-
come on?
You guys ready to get Scott
Where
Norton
is it going to be?
and not invite me?
Yeah, this is a couple years ago. Someone hooked us up with.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, and then he just.
Yeah,
he
who was
excited
that? Someone
and
was
then he
like,
backed out.
"Listen, Scott Norton wants to be on like podcasts," and we were like, "Okay, yeah, let's talk with Scott Norton. That sounds great." And then yeah, it just fizzled.
Yeah, ever
You got
listen to
a
his
couple
interviews?
of
He
those.
just sounds like the coolest fucking guy ever. He's like your
Yeah.
dad's cool friend. Like his other friend's kind of an asshole, but he's cool.
It's like Arn Anderson is your dad, and you're like, "Oh, Arn's real cool," and be like, "But have
Wait
you
till
met his
you
friend Ric
stop.
Flair?"
Oh, I think Rick would be like, "Yeah, that's my dad's friend."
Oh man.
Hey Rick, why is there no more mouthwash in the bathroom? He's
Rick,
just
why's your dick out
like,
again?
Woo!
Come sit on Uncle Ricky's lap.
I love Vince Mike forever. Woo!
Good.
So, Josh, I don't want to keep you. Where can we find you? Where can we find Destination Pro? We got the deets kind of in the background. Tickets, $15, $10, 18 and under, all ages shows. Thief River Falls Curling Club. Hit up Destination
Tickets will be
Pro.
available at the door. So
Yeah.
the big thing on tickets for me was I wanted 10 for 18 and under. That way, if you're in high school or anything, $10. Like I want you guys to feel like, oh, I got to pay full price because I'm not a 10-year-old anymore. No, come on, hang out. I want this to be for everyone.
You tell them. They'll be calling you Aaron Burr by the way you're dropping Hamiltons. Anyway.
That took some thinking on me. I'm like, oh, that is so clever.
It's not me. It was a Saturday Night Live thing. It's all right.
It was
What year? What year? They've had some dark decades.
I'm
I'm
man.
just recently getting an appreciation of the Andy Samberg games of SNL.
That is one. It's the Chronicles of Narnia, Lazy Sunday.
Okay, because that was like, what years was that?
Probably the like late 2000s into like maybe the mid teens.
So
The
that would have
aughts.
been like
The aughts. We have to talk like we're from the turn of the 20th century. Yes, the aughts into the teens.
hey,
It was
dude, I
it
never
was
want to
like-
get one of those bicycles that just has a huge ass wheel in the front.
yeah. It was
See my
it
wide
was,
shoulders, see that the tires just start bowling.
it was a great decade for the handyman Haas thick man box.
Isn't there like that old wrestling thing?
Yeah,
Old
dude, you
wrestling-
would be great at old wrestling.
Hey, call me, guys. JP Books at
Seriously.
Outlook.com.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, that's a newer one. Like I think those years were like my just graduating high school, starting life. So I didn't get time to watch SNL. Now, like, I'm older now, so now I get to travel back in time. But even though when I was a littler, like when I was middle school, I'd watch like all SNL all day long. Like it was on Comedy Central all the time.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I forgot
we had
there was
awesome
they had
Mad
reruns
TV.
there. Yeah,
I don't think kids nowadays will ever really appreciate Mad TV. Like that's
just like
something.
having to show up to watch something at a certain time, or you wouldn't get to watch it.
Yo, that's like one thing I always hate about like you hear old school guys on podcasts say, "Well, the ratings and stuff like this." Like, well, ratings nowadays are totally different because there's so many ways to watch things. You can't judge it off the scale that you did 20 years ago.
Yeah, for sure. So, Destination Pro tickets at the door. Can they also still contact the Destination Pro account to reserve tickets?
Yeah, you can email. We accept PayPal, and then basically that's like a will call style. Once your payment is accepted, if you're not from the area and can't physically meet up with somebody with us, we'll hold them at the door for you. We'll give you the number. You tell us, and there you go. You're set up and good. The best way to guarantee yourself seats is reserving tickets. We have a limit since the curling club is so great, and I have to buy for chairs, go rent chairs for this. We are limited on our seating, but we have a healthy amount of chairs. But I think people are going to come out for this. We have once seating is sold out, we'll do some standing room. We'll do Japanese style super no vacancy. That'd be sweet.
Hell yeah, man. So yeah, Destination Pro, Saturday, September 18th, Thief River Falls Curling Club. You can catch Josh Price in the cities this weekend at Higher Ground Returns over at the Fraternal Order of the Eagles at luxurious 287 Maria Avenue in St. Paul, Minnesota, defending the Higher Ground Heavyweight Championship. Haas and Kyle Pro all over the place.
I'm going to hurt him. I'm going to hurt him. But
thanks so much for coming on, dude. This has been great.
Thank you for having me. I wanted to say, like, this, I think this is going to be awesome. Like, I've got so many thoughts, like, I don't know how to say it, but, like, I think Destination Pro is going to be a Minnesota thing. I want to honor the tradition of Minnesota wrestling, but embrace the future of it too. And like you always hear people say like it's old school but new school edge. This is kind of similar that way because I have a lot of respect for the people who have come before me. You know that I want to say, shout out to rest in peace to Jerry Anderson.
Yeah,
I roll
Mago.
Safety meeting for you, man. And like, I want to represent people that were unsung heroes in Minnesota wrestling. Like everyone wants to praise AWA all the time. Great, that's fine. AWA wasn't the only thing in Minnesota. There's tons of things that have come through here.
Yeah,
and people that haven't been heard of are like some people nowadays think it's funny to like. Oh, this old school guy at the show. I'm like, no, that guy made it so we still have something to work around here.
Yeah.
Not everyone can be on the bigger shows in the cities. There are going to be some random ass bowling alley bar shows that you do that are just fun that you can't do unless there's these people that just love wrestling and want to help put out wrestling.
Yeah, no doubt.
I'm like, Destination Pro is going to do that, but we're also going to embrace like the younger talents like NDS. Me, I guess.
Give that Josh
I'm
Price a
super
chance.
young. That young rookie of Josh Price at 32.
Yeah, he's a blue chipper.
But Kaylina's young. Izzy B's young. Wayward are young. Like we got young guys. We got a mixture of old guys. We got guys that are. Ryan Cruz does not get enough fucking credit for how goddamn good he is.
Wow.
Yeah.
I am so happy to have him on. He's one of my favorite opponents.
Yeah. He's great. I think that I mean, when you see him, tell him to do better, and tell him you're a part of Mayo Club #Mayo Club. But yeah, he's I mean, 15 years in the biz now. It's no joke, man. He's got the chops.
Exactly. We've wrestled 1-on-1 2 times, and they've been some of the best matches I've had.
Is that MIW?
One was MIW and one was FLWA.
Yeah.
Jared. And each time, like, I'm so used to old school brothers giving me shit. They're like, "Oh, you do a lot," or like for me, saying I do a lot. You know, they're just ribbing you. But they came up to us, and me and Cruz, and they're like, "That was really good." I'm like, fucking nice.
Yeah, man. Not too shabby.
Yeah. So we got this roster, and like, okay, I'll give you guys one last exclusive.
All right, we'll take it.
There is a show 2. We will not be saying the date until after show 1, but there is a show 2 happening.
Nice.
It's good to hear, man.
And it's going to be, there's something cool coming.
Josh Price is going to be there.
I think he has to be. Because I don't trust people to do anything for me. Like my wife is like, learn to delegate, trust people to do things. I'm like, yeah, but y'all fuck it up somehow, and I'll freaking lose my mind. But yeah, there's some cool things that we got in the works. There is more things to be announced after the show. Not just another show coming, but there's big plans. It's gonna be cool. Hopefully we make it more than 2 shows.
You guys have an after show though for the first show, right?
We do have an after party at Sundance, Sundance Dining. It's a funny thing. I have a great story about that if you guys got time.
Yeah, dude.
So last year, COVID, like we lost a lot of people. One of the hardest things about that was the funeral situations. I lost my uncle, Donald Knudsen. Probably one of the main reasons I love wrestling is because of the bond me and him shared through wrestling. And we had to do 2 funerals. One was not too far right after he passed. We did that. And we had to do a second one up in Red Lake because he wanted to be buried up there too. And I don't know why that second one hit me like a truck. So I told my wife, I'm like, hey, I'm going to go hang out with my buddy, one of my buddies. Normally when I'm at home, I'm with my kids. I don't want to go. Let's go out and have a couple of days. And we went to the Sundance. And I was like, I've been there since that building since early 20s. And they're like, oh, that's kind of fun. Nice place to hang out. Well, the bartender, I like to make random weird conversations. And I'll ask you a very odd question because that's where I get to know if I want to talk to you or not. I looked at the bartender. I'm like, hey, there's like one other creepy guy in there. I was like, let's distract her and get her into our weird-ass conversation. And I was like, hey, if you were a dog, balls or butthole, what do you lick? I was like, she looked at me very weird. But she answered, and then she started in on the conversation with us. I was like, perfect. And it led to some funny conversations for the night. Well, then we go announce the show. I'm hit up by the bar. I'm like, hey, you guys want to sell? We're looking at you to sell liquor at your show, or booze at your show. We'd love to have you guys, and that'd be great. Like, win-win conversation. Well, a couple minutes later, I was like, oh, who's that bartender? She said, oh, that's my daughter. Oh, that's your daughter. Random question. Did she ever bring up like 2 hairy guys talking about dogs and balls and butthole in here like recently? She's like, oh my God, yeah. Was that you?
That's me.
Hey.
You want to have an after party here?
Right?
You sound like my type of dudes.
Dude, the Sundance has been honestly one of them. I don't even consider them a sponsorship. They are a partnership because they have been so great to us. They are the hotel that we have rooms for people coming up here. and that is due to I give them a bunch of credit for that. This after party, they are very much excited for.
That's awesome, man.
Anytime we have them promoted on something, they share it out. Other sponsors take notice.
No doubt, dude.
But yeah, like it's.
Was that a subtle dig at us for not posting enough about Destiny?
Oh no, you guys have been great. Like, some of them, like,
fuck you, Josh. So we should everything.
One of them that just shared or bought like one of my higher end packages just followed me on Instagram. Like, just did it. I'm like, all right, that's on you guys. Cool.
Yeah.
You guys are making me read stuff now. Sweet.
Oh, it's just me putting the information out. I want people to know where they can.
Magic almost punched the camera.
Pew, pew. We can make you big. Move you over here. Boom. Oh, look at that big Josh Price.
Yeah, I
Even
went
bigger.
vertical on you guys. I didn't want to.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
That's like a
JoJo on you guys.
That's the
it's like
super.
asking a kid to do a promo nowadays.
I was gonna make a joke about that, but I was like, "No, I respect him.
Oh, you guys, like, I kind of wish you would have said something because I've given some people so much shit about this.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, guys, when you're shooting a promo, landscape, not portrait. Ooh,
for the
I
love
get
of
in
God.
fucking portrait. I'm like, you have to shoot it again. I can't use it. This is crap.
Yep. Sorry, Josh. We're gonna have you on next week.
That's fine.
This is all garbage.
If I'm alive. If I'm alive next week.
You got to make it to the 18th at least, or the second date at least. You gotta,
Who knows? The 18th might be a fucking memorial show.
Now you have contractual obligations that you need to fulfill beyond the contract of marriage and all that good stuff. Yeah.
Well, I'll pass on to my kids. Hey.
Yeah, they'll be fine.
And I'll be.
Yeah.
And they're cute, so they're gonna get roughed up too much about it.
Yeah. They will eulogize you, and they will say, "We always knew
those
that
kids are gonna fight over who gets my action figures."
He was a great man because of his eternal quest to answer the question: if you were a dog, would you lick balls or butthole?
Oh, that might be my legacy. I'll be cool with that.
Oh man, they're just here lies Josh Price, balls or butthole.
Actually, I want to say I died in your arms tonight. The old Kyle Kinane joke, and then on the back said must have been something you said. That's gonna be on my lips.
That's absolutely beautiful.
You want to hear a throwback to our last conversation on here?
Yeah, man.
Do you guys know that Leonard Literacy's had like 8 more kids since we?
He's promoting literacy.
He should be promoting abstinence.
Because
you see a picture of him in trunks, that turns me off.
Oh.
And I was like, I'm a big guy in trunks.
When my brother and I were watching, we were watching wrestling in high school, and it was like Mae Young in the Big Show or something, and Jim Ross was like, "Oh, Mae Young's gotta be worried about the Big Show coming out there," and my brother was like, "Mae Young better be worried about osteoporosis," and I was like, my brother was like 14 at the time or something like that, and I was like,
that's a good joke for 14.
I was like, all right, this kid's got chops. I'm like, I believe in this kid. He's gonna go far. That's some high level thinking, and it was an instant joke. So
Leonard Literacy, if you are listening to this, as a fellow big man of trunks, high waisters.
You did move to the high waisters.
No shame in the game, bro. Go high waisters.
Yeah, we don't want that belly button winking at anybody,
Because you're about to get to naked Midian levels, bro. That's weird.
Maybe he needs just a fanny pack and to run around. I mean, MAW would book that. Did you say no comment?
Oh, I got comments, but give me a drink.
Oh, I have comments.
Yeah, I know you guys got comments too. I'm in my own Northwest bubble of there's nothing around me, so I'm not staking claim or anything. But you guys see where I work. You know where I lie.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I've said enough on that subject to have everyone know where I'm at too. It's just, I'm trying real hard not to beat that drum every chance I get.
Yeah, I agree.
Punch up, not down.
Exactly. Exactly. I'm like, I if I don't like it, I don't promote it or I don't talk about it. I try and do my best to promote what I like in wrestling. Like, why did Billy Gunn just turn on Big Show? Cool.
Shogun. Come on, man.
Explodes! Holy shit! I didn't think of that. Cool tag team.
Think about it.
It would have been.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll get an Austin Gunn diss track on the Big Show. Holy shit! It's a rap battle.
Oh.
Dude, AEW, pay me to be a booker, bro. I'll come in.
We were gonna talk about AEW. Have you been watching AEW? Are you watching this?
I got it on right now.
Yeah.
I got it on right now.
Nice. What's been what? I mean, obviously, I would like to see some Josh Price Miro action. I would like to see some Josh Price Eddie Kingston action. Throw Josh Price in the 3-way or thick man box, whoever you know.
Hey, you know what Jim Cornette says? If he comes out in the box, he's instantly over.
Yeah.
Oh
Very
man.
Well, what was your question though?
Oh, just like what do you? I mean, like if you're watching AEW or like as you've been watching All Outs this weekend, that was one of the things like King and I were going to talk about. Yeah.
Okay, anyone who really knows me, I'm a huge New Japan. Just through 80s, 90s, like Great Muta was my first glimpse into Japanese wrestling. So, little known fact, the Wrecker Josh Price does have a mark tattoo. And it is this right here, but you have to get really close to be able to tell what it is. It's actually the Great Muta spitting his mist, and all the things that are on my arm are things incorporated into his masks.
Oh, that's awesome, man.
Right? So, New Japan, I stay up to date with. Noah was kicking ass, especially with Muta there. All Japan's a little here and there. When I can get it, I watch it. I try to keep up to date with mostly everything. Like Raw's a little bit of a chore, but it's background. It's on there.
Yeah.
I like to keep up and see what's cool and shit.
Yeah.
I'm still a wrestling fan at the end of the day. Even though there's a little bit too much content, something like I can't watch everything. I try.
Yeah. It's a lot, man.
So if I was to go put if I could pick dream matches for me, Rampage Brown is probably Rampage Brown, Makabe, Ishii, Jeff Cobb, I think would be fun.
Also, Jeff Cobb, sweetest smelling man in wrestling. If I didn't say it, King would. Man smells like $1 million, Josh Price.
He's also very polite. He says,
well, hopefully a few $100,000 drop onto me. I'll be cool with that. Sure, my wife would appreciate that too.
He made us squat down in a picture so he looked bigger.
He's like, hey, big
how
man.
tall you guys are. Yeah, I get it.
He was super cool though. He was very nice.
King, you need to come with a step so everyone can step behind you.
Oh,
that
man.
was like when we met War Machine and they were like, "Good God,
hey, big dude."
And then my brother picked up both the Briscoe brothers at the same time in a hug. I was like, "Yep, like a golden lab." Just happy to see people.
Yeah, I'm like I keep my obviously you can tell from the style hard hitting.
Yeah.
And I appreciate technical wrestling. Like that Walter Ilya Dragunov match, both of them. Oh, that is Josh Price wrestling boner in a packet.
Just think how many times they've wrestled in like XWX and even for like Progress, WXW, and that none of us have probably seen, and how those matches were probably insane.
Well, have you ever seen like Tyler Bate versus Walter in Progress?
Yeah,
that was a good match. Oh, not good, but great. Shingo Takagi, I challenge him. It'll never happen, but I'm throwing it out there in the world. Hey, New Japan, you need a big dude.
Shingo looks like he's been shot out of a can in every match. Jeez, that guy can move.
So if you guys watched, like, after lockdown last year, like, so prior to lockdown, the shows starting, I was kind of in my bubble of, like, working a certain style of wrestling. Well, through that, like, through the pandemic, I'm like, man, I don't think the last few matches I had were, like, what I want to end. If this ends, what I want to end it on. So everything from now on, I'm going full bore. So any match you see from now, or since there's been honestly not one match since like opening up again, I have not been happy with. Like,
that's awesome, man.
I hit a lot harder now. Sorry, Kyle, but it's coming in hot. I'm a little more serious. I can occasionally revert back, but I just need a good pop in the mouth, and I'll get back into my seriousness. But I've been a lot meaner, a lot more aggressive, a lot more power. Especially with guys like Shane Black, who you can hold them up in a suplex for hours.
Days.
Have you guys heard of Jay Cash out of Wisconsin?
Yeah.
So I wrestled him in Wisconsin not too long ago. Do you ever see the Scott Norton job matches where he picks him up and does like a Falcon Arrow standing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I stole that from him completely. Jay Cash, like, I wasn't expecting to be held up there, dude. I was like, yeah, once you were up there, I had you. And then I started doing the Sasuke bomb. And instead of going up and down, I picked him up and walked around and paraded with him. So I'm like, I'm definitely throwing a lot more power into the game.
That's awesome, man.
Josh, have you watched much Gary Albright?
Oh, yeah. I occasionally get in the All Japan 90s stuff.
Oof.
I don't think my Greco is as good as his. I can't quite pop them hips. I can pop my hips when my wife's around.
Hey, you just got to use that Greco-Roman knuckle sandwich, baby.
You just got to watch out. I'm going to get a double underhook on her. And, hey, yeah, third kid coming.
Booyah. The Three Amigos, dude. Three Amigos.
I'm just thinking, like, he's got a certain like style, even with all that Greco, where it's kind of like a more wrestling oriented Steve Williams, especially like Steve Williams in Japan, or Steve Williams not in one of the big two, where he's so aggressive.
Kenzuki Sasuke has been during pandemic was damn near like how I used to watch Arn Anderson matches. That's how I was watching Sasuke matches, and that converted into watching Hashimoto matches more, and then that converted into going into the All Japan, the pillars, just not just watching them but studying and like understanding different things and what I like here. And personally, I am still more of a New Japan guy, but that's just the style I like. Still love watching Kawada and Sawa matches because
out of those Musketeers, how do you rank them beyond Muda?
Muda 1. Oh man, I can't fucking Hashimoto and Chono 2. Pick them. I can't.
Do you think Hase should be in that conversation?
Hashimoto, I guess I side a little bit more with.
Do you think Hase should be in that conversation?
If there was a 4 pillars of New Japan, for sure. But
He's
then
so
would you put
underrated.
But Sasuke was like right on. Sasuke would have been in the Akiyama spot.
Please,
Yeah,
great
yeah.
Sasuke.
No,
No, he's talking about
Kenzuki
Sasuke.
Kenzuki. Fucking
Okay.
punch you in your mouth. This is big man talk.
I think that's extremely true. I think Akiyama is that fifth pillar, and I think Suzuki is that last remnant of the four musketeers going into kind of that weird Enochianism stage where it was just full blown Enochianism, and New Japan kind of lost its way for a while.
But there's still some good gems in that time.
There is. But why would you feed your top stars to MMA guys to get the shit kicked out of them?
Because have you seen Bob Sapp dance?
I have. I have. It's beautiful.
You answered your own question.
Well, you know,
Game over.
It felt for a while like he definitely wanted MMA guys and not pro wrestlers.
For sure. But then do you look at think of it in the long run though, look how Josh Barnett is so ingrained with wrestling. And that might not have ever came unless he did.
That's a good point.
And then Bloodsport might not be a thing. Look at would you say it was really the rise of Tenzan there? In that
Kojima and Tenzan, yeah, probably right at the tail end. Well, it'd be even earlier than that because they were part of NWO Japan.
2000. Yeah, NWO Japan. Why the fuck did I say NWO 2000? Bret Hart did.
The black and white and
silver. Think of it, even then, that New Japan 90s kind of just went to All Japan early aughts. Yeah. So I've been the channel that runs All Japan has been putting up YouTube links to some of the matches and great stuff on there that I never even knew happened. I love wrestling. Something that you'll never knew would happen.
I mean, seeing stuff
fucking like Zeus versus Abdul the Butcher happened.
Yeah, all of that stuff with WWF sending guys like you're seeing Tenryu and Macho Man. That's the weirdest shit, but it's so good. It's like
it's good.
Game. Yeah, it's like how did this happen?
So I'm going to use your guys' platform for this. If anyone has the new Blackjacks tag team run in All Japan, the tag tournament, please send me links. I would love to see that. Because personally, I'm a fan of JBL. I think he's a kick-ass character. And personally, I think I get how the internet don't like him, but I'm also raised around bullies. So those are just kind of my people. We're used to getting a little bit meaner on each other. But it's made me appreciate JBL even more now. So I never knew he had an All Japan until recently. Oh, yeah. What? Love to see those matches. Because I also think New Blackjacks was kind of an underrated tag team.
I think they were an underrated tag team. I do agree with that.
I'm not saying they're great, but
no, but they
didn't get the run.
Perfect. They were perfect for Japan.
Mm-hmm.
They were absolutely.
So I'm send me something. Because then, what was it? The last 2 years is now the Boss Man run in All Japan, the clip of him and Kobashi doing the one spot. Guess where I went and watched right after that?
Bigelow and Vader as a tag team. That's insane.
Oh, them versus the Steiner brothers?
Yeah.
Oh!
There's so much good stuff that we have no idea about because it just was not on our radar.
So you guys want a hidden gem for New Japan World? I think it's either 91 or 9. Yeah, I think it's 91. It is Scott Norton versus the Equalizer.
That's super familiar.
Dave Sullivan. EVOD.
Whoa. Okay, yeah.
Oh, and you could tell he was not having fun. Because Norton must have changed the finish or he kicked out of the finish. So he shoot power slammed him. And only thing on the show, it's a Tokyo Dome show, and the only thing is they have only hard cam on it. So when he power slams Equalizer, he has to lift him by his trunks, slams him. He lifts his legs up at the camera, and it's just gumball right to the camera. I'm like, oh, why? But it was so awful and great at the same time.
John Tenta pre-earthquake in Japan is amazing because he was a sumo wrestling. He was a legit sumo wrestling champion. So
send me some links, bro.
I might have. Just get a hold of me in a couple of weeks. I have something to share with you.
Oh yeah.
But Tenta was a legit tough guy, and there is a clip you can watch where I want to say it was like a UWF wrestler.
Are you talking about the shoot fight where you tried to poke each other?
Yeah, shot on him. I was like, holy shit! John Tenta's gonna murder that dude.
I know. Now, anytime I get in a shoot fight, I want to just do the 2-finger technique. Come for your those guys.
Or you could just go Inoki on what was it? What was that guy's name? Great Antonio.
Great Antonio.
Ooh.
Just slapped the shit out of him.
Just stomped his head in. Oh my god.
Ugh.
Oh.
There's some really interesting stuff out there. Just like Dan Spivey had a good run in Japan. Anybody who teamed with Stan Hansen, you're going to get good stuff out. Like Ted DiBiase in Japan is great.
Mm-hmm.
I
love that team of him and Hansen. Yeah, so obviously I'm just a big Japanese mark.
You're in the same club we're in.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you guys are more of the Chikara and super character stuff. I like it where they do.
To a degree, but I also think that, and coming out,
I guess what
thing was.
It's very inappropriate for me to be judging you guys and putting you in a bubble like, oh, you're just Chikara marks, because I actually get along with.
I'm the motherfucker who took a flight to Vegas to see Suzuki when he came for that first run, like in 20 years, because I thought he was retiring. And I was like, I am not going to get the money to go to Japan. So I flew there the day of, ate dinner, went to the show, got in a cab, took a red eye back, and taught school at 8 a.m. the next day. So
you're the leader of the next generation.
I am a character, but I'm also Murder Grandpa's biggest fan. So
and my dude is, and my favorite wrestler is God, and he no-sold cancer 2 times. So it's All Japan was that era of All Japan is by far my favorite era of wrestling. I don't think anything can. I think there's things that can get close to it, but I think for what they were doing going into Noah, it's just those heavyweight matches.
I even watched some of that early Noah stuff, like not like prime Marufuji, Kenta junior heavyweights going into heavyweight time, but like before that when it was just starting out. Some of like Scorpio and Vader there.
Yeah.
Like, you ever see that one where Vader German suplex Masawa right on his head? Like tippy top of his dome.
There's some, I would say there's some great ones, but if you want to watch the sickest, it's that Dr. Death Kobashi where he hits him with 3.
Do you see Kobashi just shared out the image of the picture switching over? It looks pretty cool.
Those 3 suplexes, that looks like someone who's trying to hurt somebody. And he's not. They just worked so well together.
Do ya?
They were both big fans of one another. They liked working together. That's why they
because they like murdering each other. Murder is a bonding thing, I guess.
But look at like Kobashi and Hansen. Those series of matches, I think Kobashi doesn't even sniff a time limit until they've wrestled like 20 times. And the first like 10 of those is just him getting the living shit kicked out of him.
that's still like one of my favorite images in wrestling, and all that images, but little spots is where like Kobashi is fighting him on the top turnbuckle, and he just lariats the shit out of him. Like he's not in the ring, he's out of the ring, and he still hits it and knocks him right on his ass. Like I don't know why it just sticks out to me. I think of it in like it's such a like the improvisation of like it feels like a real fight because it was like they didn't call that. He's like fuck you.
I think Hansen made all those guys so much better overall wrestlers because they were so good at working a technical style. And then you brought in, I think, to me, Stan Hansen is
you got put into a genuine fight.
Yeah, he was the king of Gaijin. If you could stand up to like Hansen and Brody, then you were a made man. I mean, even the Funks had to do that. Because you watch those,
that's like
Brody against the fucking Funks is a bloodbath.
It's like here, like if you wrestle with Mitch Paradise, you're gonna be fighting Mitch Paradise.
Yep.
Like you're gonna be a great match, but you are fighting Mitch Paradise for the most part.
Yeah. What's the thing you said on commentary? There was a day at wrestling school where they taught people how to chop. Mitch missed that day.
Yeah.
With his giant pork chop hands.
Yeah.
God, that frying pan, it just knocks the shit out of you.
Yeah,
no doubt.
I know
but
that
then
I've been doing a lot of,
but then you do it right back to him.
Yeah, I've been doing a lot of shows. I cannot think of many people I've seen live hit somebody that fucking hard repetitively and then turn around and go, come on, and want it back.
Remember I did last time I worked in my MIW, I chopped him like uncalled, like just whop, and I laid it in, and then I did something else. And I went out to eat with a couple of guys afterwards. Like, hey guys, I chopped Mitch and called him something else, and I lived to tell the tale.
King of the
world. King Kong.
I'm not coming back though.
Oh man!
I was told leave on a high note.
Yeah, no shit.
But I agree. I think that you have those guys that they are litmus tests. They make you better because if you can stand in the fire with them, it's not their. Again, I don't think they're trying to purposely hurt you, but they want you to know, like you're in there.
It's not I don't think it's technically like just a litmus test. I think it's more of a. It's just a different style of wrestling. It's like,
but you
gotta like, can you match that style?
But don't you feel like if you can stand in the ring with that, if you can keep going and elevate yourself, it's like
it's another notch in your tool belt.
Yeah, you've learned something. You become a better wrestler because you can now go in that direction if you need to.
Well, it's because like you can't nowadays. Like a lot of people have their set thing they do, and it looks choreography, and like not every crowd's gonna buy them. Like when you have a hot crowd that kind of knows what they're doing, and they just appreciate what you're doing. Man, you work a bar show, and some of those bar shows just want to see violence. Guess what? You're just gonna have to hit. Or you go to a high school show, they want to see Gaga Memphis style. Yeah. You gotta learn, like, wrestle for that crowd, what they want, not for self-masturbatory reasons.
You can do that at home. No doubt.
Take
no
that,
doubt.
Leonard.
Double underhook. So I want to get your thoughts on that then, because one of the guys that you talked about, Kojima, is taking on Moxley at All Out, which Bread Club for life on this end. I'll tell you that right now. I'm a huge Kojima fan. I'm very excited about this match. That and Miro versus fucking Eddie Kingston.
Eddie Kingston. That's gonna be good.
The fucking truth, man.
So I'm thinking that they're going to hypothetical booking, Josh Price booking in my head.
Yeah.
So Suzuki's in the States, right?
Yes.
Archer is getting beaten up by the tag team.
Oh.
Suzuki Gun comes to AEW.
Dude,
For
the
one
Forbidden Door, I would shit my pants, dude. I'm already pumped about him wrestling at Time Bomb against Dominic Garrini. Like, that's going to
That is
be
very cool.
that is going to be violence personified. Like, the fact that Eric pulled that off is like, dude, that's. I mean, I'm so excited for him and for all the fans that are going to see that because
very cool.
I mean, meeting Minoru Suzuki was a like highlight of my wrestling life, and I told that to Eric. I was like, it was one of the best experiences, and like being there when the entire crowd is singing "Kaze ni Nare" was like fucking. It was like a transcendental experience, man.
So my Suzuki story, I have one too, because I took that little guy right there.
Nice.
To San Francisco for the New Japan G1 special.
Oh, that's awesome.
Suzuki was there. And we did the meet and greet gimmick. And we walked by the room. And I was like, hey, you don't listen to your dad. I'm going to send him after you. And that Ghostface.
I get mixed up with the New Japan.
He's going to listen. He's trying to act all tough right now.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome, man. No, yeah. I mean...
And like that one's hooked on New Japan too. Like, he's got the wrestling bug. The other one's more of them. He's getting there, but
yeah.
Now once we get the ring set up, they're both. I got my next generation of Destination Pro ready to go.
It's always nice to have a tag team to back you up. You know, you need seconds. You need young boys, baby.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah, so I know that's one of Clark's favorite stories. Like I told him about that. He's like, every time I hear that, I think of your kid getting scared. I'm like, I know. I might hit up Eric and be like, hey, can I sneak my kid in your locker room quick just to scare the shit out of my kid?
Oh man, that's good stuff. Have you been over to any Time Bomb Pro shows yet? How far is Fargo from you? Hour and a half?
Fargo's a couple hours.
Yeah.
I've hung out. I was the Kaiju show. There might have been a bigger fella in it that couldn't keep his mask on very well. I'm not saying he might have similar tattoos to me.
Yeah, we don't know you.
We go to the same artist.
Yeah.
My buddy was selling out my tattoos.
Yeah, somebody's like, "Argh," and Josh Price is like, oh, you should use this guy. And he's like, "Argh." Yeah, I got you, man.
Yeah.
Ben and I have that conversation like Saturday mornings when we go for coffee. I'm like, hey, dude, you want to go? I can come up. I'll bring the dogs. And he's like, "Argh."
Yeah, that's the only thing I've technically done, but I've hung out at shows. It's not for me technically.
Yeah. I'm not a deathmatch guy. I have sympathetic syncope, so like other people I don't know bleeding buckets. Okay, so syncope is when you like pass out from like blood or other things like that. I don't have a problem seeing people I don't know, but if I see people like I went into when my brother like had an accident and I had to have like his finger like sewn back up, like if I see people I care about like sympathetic, like if I see people I care about like injured, I get lightheaded. I have to like literally sit down. So death matches, great. I can see people like John Wayne Murdoch. I don't know him from Sam. I could see him bleed buckets, but like knowing Orin or knowing like Damon or something like that, I don't think I could handle that shit.
Yeah, I got all the respect for the people that do it, but it's just not for me.
Yeah, exactly.
Like some people like Rocky Road.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan. I like the Neapolitan and only the strawberry.
I love that, like, that was an easy way to say, like, I like strawberry ice cream. I'm a man of the world, but only one part of it, the strawberry part.
Hey, I'm not saying I won't dig into the other ones. The strawberry's going down first.
Your collateral damage.
Dude, I just want
the ice cream eater.
I just want a block of Neapolitan on a shirt with a big chunk of strawberry put out, and it just says "The Record, Josh Price." That's it. That's all I want.
Or it could be like
so many merch
big bite out of the strawberry, and on the back it just written in pink lettering, "Wrecker was here."
Yes, so good. Oh man, everybody who ends up watching this is going to be like just thirsting for merch, and
Yeah, my pro wrestling T store is about to get updated, I guess.
Chris Huffman, where you at?
Chris,
That's
listen to this
funny.
because I'm going to forget like half these ideas by tomorrow.
Well, it's on our YouTube. You can go back and check it out. Also on the Facebooks. Yeah, man.
Well, thank you guys for having me on. It's been a good time. Good chatting with you.
Yeah,
Are you
dude.
guys going to come out to Higher Ground?
Oh, dude, I don't know. The Piss Palace is a little iffy for me. I
Stand in the
would
back
love
and
to
bring a
see
porta
everybody. Yeah. It's not my piss I'm worried about. It's other people's piss. Also, the lady who does the.
Are you going to like
the
R.
raffle.
Kelly's bathroom or something? I ain't been worried about someone peeing on me in there.
Hey, dude, have you seen some of the fans at the Piss Palace? I'm just saying.
They don't like me.
For everybody out there, Saturday. Is it Saturday night?
Friday
Friday night. It's cash only. Make sure that you bring your own cash or go down the street. 287 Maria Avenue. You can see Josh Price defending his Higher Ground heavyweight championship against.
You guys gonna watch a legal assault? Legally, I'm assaulting the hell out of Kyle Pro.
Yeah, he may shoot. He may just Greco-Roman eye poke. Pow pow. You don't know what's gonna happen.
No, that's sumo style. Taekwondo.
And then September 18th, Thief River Falls Curling Club.
Thief River Falls. Destination Pro,
Thief
baby.
River Falls' own Josh Price will be there, as well as 3 great matches already announced. Sammy Savard versus Nick Nelson, Kaylina Keene versus Izzy B, NDS versus Wayward Warriors. A whole host of other awesome folks are going to be there. And Cal Creed won't be, because reasons.
Reasons.
Because he's scared of you.
So he's got to go on dentist appointment or some shit like that.
Yeah, that checks out. You know.
All right. But
yeah, man.
Yeah, make sure you're there September 18th and get to be the first ones to find out when that show number 2 was happening.
Yeah, baby. Where can they find Destination Pro online? Where can they find you online? Where can they get that sweet, sweet Josh Price merch?
Am I here?
Huh?
You are.
Did I lose you?
Oh, sorry.
All right.
I was just saying, where can they find you online? Where can they find Destination Pro online? Where can they get that sweet, sweet Josh Price merch?
Josh Price.
I got to search for his handles.
I was trying to, but it took me out of the chat. Josh Price merch is all pro wrestling tees for online. It's it's the easiest for me, and I got enough on my plate, bro. Or talk to me personally. I'll make you a sweet T-shirt myself. I'm pretty good at this stuff.
I have seen those, dude. They are good stuff.
Right? But they only come in black and white because my fucking color right now. I don't know how to do that stuff. Otherwise, it's just one solid color. I can do one solid color in a picture for you guys. Maybe I'll change my design. Oh, that's where the pink one can come from. But yeah, I think on Instagram it's Priceless Josh. Twitter, Josh_Priceless. The Record, Josh Price on Facebook. Destination Pro is Facebook Destination Pro 1. Instagram is Destination PW. And then Twitter is PW_Destination. YouTube, definitely go onto the YouTube. Give me a subscribe. We're doing a lot of hard work. There's not just me. I got a great graphics team that are making all these images look professional. I want to give Robot Boss.
Robot Boss. Paul.
Robot Boss.
Yeah.
Paul does amazing work.
Yeah. When we found out you were working with him, we love Paul. Paul does great work, and I think he's good to work with. He's super professional.
I met Paul through MIW, obviously. Yeah. And the poster work he did for MIW was phenomenal. I don't have a lot of myself wrestling posters on my walls, but I stole a few MIW posters. Like the Star Wars one, I'm like, I want that. Only one I wish I could have got was that Big Trouble of Little China one. That was so cool.
That was so good.
So I'm like, Paul was one, and he made a couple T-shirt designs for me too. The hot rod one was him.
Yeah.
I think he did the wrecking ball. There's a wrecking ball one that has not been released yet, just because I'm too lazy. But
Yeah.
he did that for me. And
is there one with like a horseshoe as well, or something like that? There's one that's just like Josh Price in box letters that I love. I'll bring it up. I can't remember which one it was.
I have the Roots of Fight, like throwback style one that's all bloody, and the pro wrestling tees. And then I got the old Natty Light version.
It's the one.
Yeah, Paul.
It's the Wrecking Ball one. It's the Wrecking Ball one. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then we got Paul. Paul does that, and then Huffman is doing my video stuff right now, and he's been killing it with all the announcement stuff.
Yeah.
And we got another guy in house that's dipping his toes in with us right now. I was seeing how things work out.
Nice.
But a lot of people don't get it. Like they think he's just starting a wrestling company. He's like, oh, let's just book a card. Man, no, I want my shit to look proper, look
man,
good. I'm like, I need to get a proper graphics guy. Told my wife today, I'm like, I need a secretary. And I was like, wink, wink, lady.
Double underhook.
I think I'm sleeping. Yeah, I think I'll get double underhooked if I say that.
Oh shit!
She's got a good upper body.
Well, man, nothing but the best. Like,
Thank you.
We are so excited to support Destination Pro and everything that you're doing up there. I think that all the stuff we do with Heel Turn Radio and with Mindy and dive clubs, all like just about like getting people together to enjoy wrestling.
You know what? God damn it! I'm expecting this year my freaking Mindy number to be going up because of how much I've been working lately. So hey guys, I can find IP addresses.
Hey, it is voted on by peers. So people that are in the top 20, and then there's like a slew of kind of other people that have voted on it. And if people decline to take a ballot, we move down. So like it is. I tried to move to that so it wasn't random.
A subcategory of just Josh's.
There's a lot of
Josh's interest. Yes.
Yeah. Like shoot or gimmick name Josh rankings. It probably should.
No, because if we do shoot Josh's, then I fucking know a referee that's kicking my ass.
Well, hey, dude, you could be a guaranteed number 2, which is always a good thing.
It's the first loser, dickheads.
Or it just means that you're regular, and that's good too. You're getting old.
Who likes regular anything? Like, even Coke didn't like regular Coke. They went Coke Classic.
All right. Well, then a classic number 2.
I'll go. I'll take classic.
Put that on a T-shirt. Josh Price, a classic number 2. With just a picture of you with 2 thumbs up.
On the back it says "Stay regular."
Oh shit! Stay regular. Oh shit! Well, go. I'm tossing them up on the screen now. Go follow Destination Pro everywhere. Search Destination Pro on YouTube. You can follow the links that are in the video here. Go hang out. Follow Josh Price on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter, and go check out the show. September 18th, Saturday, up at Thief River Falls, baby. It's a destination.
In North Dakota, it's only 90 miles or about 2-hour drive from Fargo.
Yeah.
About 2 hours from Bemidji if you're in that area.
So what else do you got to do in Bemidji?
It'll be worth the drive.
Come on. Yeah. How many times can you stare at that giant Paul Bunyan? Go see a real Paul Bunyan.
If you go there during the winter, it's actually pretty sweet. They have like lights
everybody should do it. Just not on September 18th. It won't be winter by then.
Oh yeah, totally. Only come. Act like the world is shut down except for Thief River.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
basically, like that riotous crowds.
There's going to be a riot September 18th at the Chief
No,
River Falls
don't
Curling
say that.
Club.
Don't say that. No.
And then
I
take
don't
the
think
riot
so.
over to the after party and spend all your money.
There, I like that idea.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Well,
guys,
thanks, man.
remember Destination Pro. This is our first show. We're gonna experience some growing pains. I'm learning a lot of this on the fly. Some of it I know, some of it the social media aspects and certain things I don't know, but I'm learning. And I'm just trying to do something right by the boys because I'm still one of the boys. I'm trying to do something right for the crowd because I still live here. It's be a part of the beginning of something pretty cool.
Awesome, man.
Joyous
Well, it's
thing.
always a pleasure. I look forward to buying a new 8x10 and having it ripped up so I can frame it and put it in the collection.
Yeah, next time I'll just bring a paper shredder with you.
Dude, that would be amazing. I'll just have different, destroyed 8x10s of you that I've pieced back together.
And I'm going to call it the Josh Price puzzle. He's got to put it together.
Sell that at the merch table.
Priceless puzzle!
Yeah, fuck you, Coda Jacobs. Yeah. Get that gimmick money. So we'll be
thank you guys for having me.
Yeah, we'll be back in 2 weeks. We're going to be talking with Riley Jackson about NDS and their debut at Destination Pro.
Good guys.
Yeah, message.
Sometimes he can be kind of
Pro.
a dick at times too.
Yeah, or he can do things like jump off balconies next to you and not tell you anything about it. Oh.
Call it on the fly, brother.
That was definitely calling it on the fly.
Definitely glad I don't have a balcony to have to worry about now. Thanks, guys.
Amen. Hey, people have climbed up on that wall at higher ground, so don't put it beyond Kyle Pro.
Well, Josh Price can't do much climbing. I might tear it down. Oh my god, dude! I just got an idea. Kyle, climb up the wall and rip it down from underneath you.
Pitch it to him. He'll be like, "What do you mean climb up the wall?" Oh man. Well, yeah, check out Josh. Follow him on all the social medias. Go follow Destination Pro, especially the YouTube. Subscribe. There's been great video work, like we said, from Spot Monkey Media. Go follow Spot Monkey Media. Go follow Robot Boss, and follow us. Hey, Heel Turn Radio. What the hell, Follow us here. We'll be here every other Wednesday. Again, we're on Facebook and YouTube tonight. Supporting all of our other creators on Twitch that are not getting the response and support they need from Twitch. Yeah, get your shit together. Fucking A. But we'll be back in 2 weeks, and you can find us every other Wednesday. You can find every Tuesday, Tiny Meng Tuesday, with my brother, Diamond Dave, New Money Matt from the illustrious Enhancement Gear Clothing and Enhancement Talent Clothing and Gear. And then yeah, I got to work on my plugs. It's been a while. And then every other Thursday, Dive Club. Yeah. Oh, I should run the commercial. I don't have it. I'm sorry. I'm not my brother. I'll get it. So thanks to Destination Pro. Thanks to Josh Price. Thanks to the entire community of Thief River Falls. Josh Price is doing something great with you and for you, so go out and support him. And yeah, we'll see you in 2 weeks for more fun here on Heel Turn Radio. I'm the Beard.
I'm your King Ginger.
We're out.
I'm the Wrecker.
Oh!